Tyrone Paulsboro, a new episode. And this program comes to you from the Second Baptist Church on Swedesboro Avenue here in town. We're in the main sanctuary, this new church built in 2000 under the leadership of Reverend Fraser, who's going to join us. And it's a beautiful place and been here for a number of services. And it just has such a warm feel to it. Irma, we're in church.
I know, John, we have to clean up our act, but no, it's wonderful, beautiful. When you go past here at night, the John 3:16's lit up the windows, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place in Paulsboro on Swedesboro Avenue.
This was a big deal at the time Reverend Fraser put the details together to build a new church. We'll visit with him. We haven't been with him for a while, so we're happy he could have us in today. We're going to also talk about Fulton Bank and the program they have for first-time home buyers. Paulsboro is so well-suited because of the low price of real estate. It's a great time to buy. And with Fulton Bank having a bank here and their involvement in the community, they've got some wonderful programs to help. The mayor's going to join us for an update from him, and Fred's got a lot of footage and that will work into the show along with community notes. So stay with us. We're coming right back. We're coming to you from Second Baptist Church here on Swedesboro Avenue.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
And welcome back. As I mentioned, this program is being taped here at the Second Baptist Church. We're in the main sanctuary. This is a busy place, not just a sanctuary, but Reverend Fraser has an operation, offices, kitchens. It's a center of community. Second Baptist Church has a long, rich history and has made significant contributions to this community and just the general area at large. Reverend Fraser, who has been here now 16 years, Reverend Fraser? 16? 16 years. It was his leadership, along with those who supported him, that built the new church. This is what we stand in today, and it's a beautiful place, and we'd like to visit with our pastors around town from time to time. So we start here at the Second Baptist Church. Reverend Fraser, first of all, welcome. It's just good to be with you. And I say, as we tape this segment, Mayor Stevenson will be on in a little bit. When I served as mayor of Paulsboro, Reverend Fraser was actively involved and on call 24/7, as he still is, and a great service to town. So, Reverend, thank you. And how's the congregation in general? The church looks beautiful. The physical plant seems to be holding up.
Well, we're struggling day by day. It's the congregation is fair, not like we want it to be. But we're here doing the best we can.
Well, and you say that as I walk into the sanctuary, and I look at spots where people sat that I know have gone to their reward. Quite frankly, as people of faith believe, as we all do. There's I don't see Alan Gray. I look around, look for Jack Bird, and some of the real lions that were by your side when you launched the project to build this church.
Yes, that's true. We've lost several, over 30-some members, older members that we've lost. They went on home.
There was a very successful movie out called Concussion that dealt with the NFL. There was a very significant line in that movie when they were talking about how the doctor was leading the charge against the NFL, and the people that were advising him not to take up this fight said, "You don't understand. The NFL is an organization. They now own a day of the week. They took a day of the week away from the church. So as you minister, there's just challenge of getting people's attention."
That's correct. That's correct, and that's a struggle for us.
And everyone, by the way, I might add.
Yes, that's a struggle for us every day. But we do the best we can, and we keep on going.
Well, because the message is still fresh, and the need is great.
Yes.
After 9/11, churches were full.
That's correct. That's correct. So we just keep on going.
So from a standpoint of hands-on, Reverend, I mean, how do you attract new people? And I realize that's not a question that there's one single answer for, because I'm in a lot of churches, obviously, because of my work in representing a number of communities, and it's the same. I mean, there's a strong base of people, but it seems that there's a generation that they haven't gotten their attention yet.
That's true. Our millennials, it's hard for us to reach them. They always have something to do. They come to the church when they are in need, and when we help them with their need, then they disappear. But we keep on going. Some go and some stay, but we keep on going.
You're ordained how many years now?
I've been in the ministry now 45 years.
That's hard to believe, by the way. That's 4.5 decades.
Yeah, that's true. 45 years I've been in the ministry. And I've been here at the Second Baptist for 27 years.
I didn't realize it was 27 years, by the way, because I automatically just relate to the
church to the new church. It's 27 years. That's
a good piece of time. Now this operation here is not just church on Sunday. Reverend Fraser's been in the middle of a lot of things over the years, and outreach programs and reentry programs. What's the general state? Are those things still going on?
They're still going on. Of course, as you know, the grants kind of dried up. So we struggle day by day with our community development center and our food bank across the street. But we struggle doing whatever we can do with our prison reentry program, with our housing program. Those that we deal with, the homeless, the helpless, and the hopeless. That's what we call them.
Well,
that's what we do.
Sounds like Christ's mission.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
yeah.
The doors are open.
The doors open, and we're here.
This is the Second Baptist Church. Before we close this segment, because we're going to stay with Reverend Fraser a little bit, because he has a job as well, and we wanted to give him a chance to talk about that. But Reverend Fraser, general schedule of services, if a person's interested of maybe stopping in to get a feel for the church, what is the schedule?
Schedule Sunday morning at 11 o'clock is our service, and we're usually out by 1:30, 2 o'clock on Sunday. Wednesday night is our Bible study and prayer meeting time, and we have different things going on during the week. But basically our services on Sunday is 11 o'clock.
Very nice. Open to all?
Open to all.
For
everybody.
As it should be.
That's right.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to move quickly as we move. We're going to take a little break, let Fred get a couple commercials in. Going to come back with Reverend Fraser because he has a business that's of interest, and we'd like to give him a chance to talk about it because it may be helpful to you. We'll be right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. We have Reverend Frazier with us, so I wanted to take a minute to talk about his other business, which is the alarm business in part. Reverend Frazier, give us the company name and the scope of the services, and because pastors have to work too. So I don't know if there's a person you could trust more. We have him at Hill Studio with an alarm system. If you're going to need that kind of service, who could you trust more than the pastor? Reverend Frazier, give us the company name and tell us the scope of services.
Our company name is Jael Protective Service. We do security systems, fire alarm systems, and cameras. And actually, personally, I've been in the business now for 40 years.
That's hard to believe, too.
Yeah.
You've been very busy between pastoring and business.
Yeah, you're right. But we struggle. We do what we do.
And a phone number for the business?
Phone number for the business is 856-541-5885.
If a person has a need, will you come out and survey? Is there a charge? Is there a charge to come survey?
No, nope, it sure isn't.
Very good.
Just all you got to do is just give me a call.
Wonderful. We wanted to give Reverend Frazier a chance to mention that to you. The business is JIL.
JIL Protective Service.
JIL Protective Services. And again, if you need an alarm system, who could you trust more than the parish of a church? Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
And welcome back. Our program continues here at the main sanctuary at the Second Baptist Church on Swedesboro Avenue, Paulsboro. With me now is Dottie Sanders. She's with Fulton Bank, Mortgage Department, correct, Dottie?
Yes, you're right.
And Fulton Bank is promoting a first-time home buyer program, which we think is ideal for this region. It's got some interesting components. So, Dottie, give us an overview. I mean, I always like to tell people that the real estate value in Paulsboro is the best in the county. You can get into a 3-bedroom home for in some places less than $85,000. In some places, frankly, in parts of town, maybe $35,000. So what does the bank have to offer to help people through that process?
Okay. We offer a 30-year conventional mortgage, which basically with 3% down, we will help you to get into your home. This is a 30-year conventional, which no mortgage insurance. We do also assist with down payment programs, which for those customers who don't have the opportunity to save, we can help you with the Gloucester County Assistance Program. That program will give you up to $10,000 if you're eligible, $5,000 for down and $5,000 for closing. In conjunction with that, Fulton Mortgage does have a closing cost assistance program, and if you're eligible for that, you can get as much as $2,500. So for $12,500, you could get into your property with just 3% down.
It really sounds good. Now, the key is eligibility. So give the viewers a sense of who may be eligible to take advantage of those kind of programs.
Okay. So eligibility would depend on first-time homebuyer status. First-time homebuyer status would mean that you've never owned a home, or if you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, you're now considered a first-time homebuyer. Under that program, that's where the eligibilities would come in as far as your down payment assistance programs. When I'm looking at a customer's income, we're looking at low to moderate income. So again, depending on the number of people in the house or the family and the total income, those are things that we look at for eligibility.
And you mentioned no mortgage insurance. Why is that significant?
Okay. Well, mortgage insurance could contribute anywhere from $50 to $100 to your current mortgage payment. So with the elimination of that, of course, that's a reduced payment. Normally, customers, if you don't put 20% down, they are required to have mortgage insurance. Under Fulton Mortgage's program, with 3% down, we eliminate that, of course, reducing the amount that you're paying.
Now, all that, as those who are listening to this and you have an interest in this, that sounds very workable. But like any good program, sometimes it takes a little patience to get through. So a person could easily be intimidated by the process. How do you help that first-time home buyer become comfortable just with filling out forms?
Okay. So what I customly do is I first sit down with the customer. We will talk about the benefits of the program. We'll also talk about homeownership versus renting. And at that particular point, we show them that normally by owning the property, you are reducing what you're paying, and that money then becomes back into your household. In conjunction with that, we further explain to them and show them that homeownership is the best results, because at the end of the year, you get a tax deduction that comes back in the return in the form of a tax refund back to you. Of course, in conjunction with lowering your monthly payment and getting that incentive back, you own this property, and it's not where a landlord can come and say to you, well, we're increasing your mortgage payment, we're increasing your payment, or they're saying to you, you have to move because I'm selling your property. So home ownership there are a lot of reasons why home ownership should come into play versus renting.
Well, it's simply the base of the American dream. And for that person who may be interested in this, you'll walk them through the process and help them through it, because sometimes, again, as I use the word intimidating, it's not always easy to approach these programs.
I do. I sit down with them, and if the customer wants me to come to the house or to a church or wherever we're having our first-time homebuyer seminars, what I emphasize with them is how to get through it. In other words, as I mentioned, the county has a down payment assistance program. I will do most of the legwork for them to approach the county. Once the county sits down with them, that's when their eligibility is determined by the county. But up to that point, I will walk them through the whole process.
That's a big help as the way Dottie is outlining that. How do people find you? Where do they go if they're interested?
Well, if they're interested, they can simply give me a call. It's 609-346-7451. That's my cell. My cell is normally on from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. If I don't pick up, it's because I'm with a customer. But as soon as I'm free, I will call you. If they need to contact me, they can basically go into www.fultonmortgage.com and locate me there as well.
Wonderful. Now, of course, we stress the wonderful real estate market of Paulsboro. This program is available countywide?
Yes, it is.
Very good. So we'd like you to think about Paulsboro, because here's where you can get great value. But Fulton Bank's outreach into the community with this program is significant. If you're in the market, if you're thinking about it, if your rent's high, you may be in a better position to buy. Come look at Paulsboro and stop with Fulton Bank. We'll be right back. Thanks, Dottie.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Welcome back. The program continues from the main sanctuary here at Second Baptist Church on Swedesboro Avenue. With me now is Mayor Stevenson for his visit, for an update with the mayor, and not only an update, but a look back with the 5th-year anniversary, which I had no idea were 5 years. But Gary, why don't you tell people what I just said at a 5-year anniversary?
Yeah, it's couldn't believe it's been that long ago. This morning I woke up and there was a train coming across the bridge at 7:07 a.m. this morning, and I said to my wife, "Well, thank God no issues." 5 years later, and the train ran across the bridge, nice and smooth over that new bridge. But a whole different story 5 years ago for all of us.
Gary, it was amazing. What the mayor's referencing, of course, was the Conrail incident with the old swing bridge that placed cars in the creek with vinyl chloride, ended up evacuating 600 people. over a 4 or 5 block area.
Oh yeah, and in fact, they expanded later that night to half the town. By the end of that evening, it expanded to cloud. They were getting high readings of vinyl chloride. The wind would change, the temperature would change, everything would affect it. 1 minute we're down to a 0 reading, next minute we're up to 900 on the fire scene. So they moved us off there, moved us back to the firehouse, and cordoned off the whole place.
Yeah, and it was quite an adventure. A lot of footage over that, a lot of coverage. Fred and Amy worked very hard on that. Gary, now what mementos do you have?
I have a few mementos from that day, John. These were the flags. It's a Marine flag, Semper Fi, and an American flag that were on my huge flagpole that we had flying out there the morning of the disaster, and it stayed out there the entire time until they were all done a month, 2 months, whatever later, 3 years later. I've lost track, but whether they're toxic or not, I don't know. But heck, I inhaled 3 times as much as anybody else, but I think they're safe. A couple other mementos I have are a navigational light that went into the creek, and they presented it to me. They dug it out. That's the red one. The green one's still in there somewhere. And a sign in my basement, of course you've seen, says movable bridge, stay off. Yeah, it was moving that day, just wasn't supposed to move, but it was a movable bridge.
They almost had a train in their living room.
Yes.
Because we make light of it now, but it was a very, very great concern, and I have maintained all these years that Conrail should have been held to a higher standard of culpability in their mismanagement of that day with regards to the signal. But that's a matter for the courts, and the courts have taken at this point not to take it up. But bottom line, the municipality has endured. First responders were excellent, and we look back on it now, but that was pretty scary stuff.
And the one thing was that we learned a lot from that. None of us were experts on that. We don't handle that daily like fires, on house fires. We were able to get with Conrail afterwards. They learned what they did wrong. We learned what we needed to do better on emergency response, and the training got a heck of a lot better on train accidents. So we're a lot more prepared now.
We are, and from Conrail's point, as I say to them, as I look into this camera, just please keep the train on the tracks. That's where they're supposed to be. Gary, you got an update on, you got a water project going on, of course, Thompson Avenue, but you got water meters. You have a lot going on.
Got a lot going on, a lot of positive things. And just real quick, Thompson Avenue's been dug up. Big machines out there digging the whole street up. 7.2 million, should be done in a year and a half. We just got word today that the bids were accepted for the water meter project. Now, some people don't want to hear them, but you being in the state, you realize that this is a mandatory law that's put down to us, or we'll get fined a huge amount of money a day. Beginning somewhere in January 18, we'll have the plumbers, the people who we contracted, coming back to your house, taking those old meters out that have been in there for God knows how long, and putting new meters in. And it'll take a year or so to install those meters, another year or so of data collection. We're saying 2020 or so is when people will actually start paying for the water. So mom and dad who live alone are now maybe going to pay less than somebody who has 5, 6 kids washing every day, swimming pools and such. They're going to pay more. It's just the way it is. So a lot of things out there to help you with your water bill, though. There's, toilets, washers, dishwashers. There's many things that control your flow of water a lot better than the old equipment, though.
Being mayor's fun, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
And by the way, he does. And that's a great, great asset for this town and this neighborhood. And as the water meter project is starting to come to fruition, Gary will be back multiple times to tell you about how the details of it and how it's going to work. Stay with us. We're going to come right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. The only reason we do the show, not only to have you informed about water meters coming or potential to buy a first home or visiting with Reverend Fraser and welcoming you to the Second Baptist Church, we do it for Irma Stevenson and Community Notes because that's what people talk about. Irma, again, this year campaigning in distant towns away from Paulsboro. People talk about, what about that lady?
Lady. They don't really know me, do they, John?
No, they do. They do. They appreciate you.
Well, John, I know everybody loves to watch this because it's a hometown show. It's about good things that happen. My granddaughter watches a YouTube in Massachusetts, and we spread the good word about Paulsboro. Buy your home in Paulsboro. Let's go. Happy birthdays to Craig Costenbader, Kathy McCann, B. Weiss, Ursula Hoffman, Becky Zamarelli, Vi Manchester, Michael Connick, Rita Kelly, Chuck O'Leary, Tom Fries Sr., Steve Anashesky, Patty Reed, Emma Trumbull, Barbara Jennerette, Kevin McKenzie, Joyce and Mac Gruber, Pat Esposito, Ann Cavanaugh, Denise Licordello, Elena and Bo Giovanetti, Nick Ushak, Pam Hamilton, and Reggie Waiton. And happy anniversaries to Don and Chuck O'Leary, Evelyn and Ed Ravely, Sherry and Pat Byrne, Betty and Joe Haig, and Lil and Anthony Alvarado. Happy birthdays and anniversaries. And John, the mayor, wanted to invite everyone. I guess his wife, my daughter-in-law knows it, but December the 9th, Saturday, December the 9th, open house at the mayor's house on 230 East Jefferson Street, right on the creek, next to the train bridge, from 3 on, food, entertainment, and you're going to dance on his dance floor and dance to the 1957 Seaburg jukebox with oldies. We only have oldies, John. Plenty of food, plenty of beverages, and everyone's invited. It's the spirit of Paulsboro.
It certainly
on
is.
the creek. On the creek. Don't forget, our Paulsboro High School has 2 concerts, the junior high concert choir and band, December the 5th, 7 p.m., and the senior choir the next week on 12/12. Annual Recreation Committee will have their Christmas party, the annual Christmas party here in Paulsboro at the Paulsboro High School cafeteria on 12/18, 10 a.m. Music, dancing, well, no, not dancing there, but it would be. I'm sure the kids will dance. Refreshments, Santa Claus, presents for under age 10, thanks to the Paulsboro Refinery and the Glorious Light Ministries. And John, there's a big call out for to give blood. That is the gift of life. Call the American Red Cross. They're always at a need on holidays, really, accidents, drug addiction. You name it, they need your blood. St. Paul's cantata, Christmas cantata it'll be at Clonmel Methodist Church on the 9th, and the next day it'll be at 3 p.m. at St. Paul's. It is beautiful, beautiful music, John. If you meet the people St. Paul's and with our new minister, Reverend Onai, who speaks Spanish and is starting to have Spanish services on Saturdays at our church.
We got him on the show.
We will. I told him he should teach us some Spanish, but we're welcoming him into our community, and we try hard. Paulsboro's our church has Feed My Sheep on the last Wednesday of every month, as along with Reverend Fraser. Our churches are out there helping many, many people, John.
Important part of the community. For Fred Bookter behind the camera, Amy couldn't be here. For our producer, Bill Crane, and for Beth, who's watching at home, Irma.
See you on Broad Street, and watch us a Christmas show, John. That's always interesting.
Christmas show's coming. We'll have one more show before the Christmas show with footage of the tree lighting ceremony. We've got back footage that we have to air on a number of different things. So we're slowly getting caught up. And as Irma says, see you on Broad Street. And for me, till next time.